So after I made a video on the sizes of blocks used for house construction in Nigeria, some of you, my lovely subscribers, demanded to know the number of blocks that should be produced with a 50 kg bag of cement. Now in this video, we are going to look at the quantity of blocks that should be produced with a bag of cement, and I will also show you some of the factors that will determine the number of blocks to produce with a bag of cement. You may want to watch the end of this video because I will also show you the standard ratio or mixture used for sandcrete block production here in Nigeria. Welcome to Housing Info NG. As always, I am Emmanuel Amadi, your host on this channel. Please like this video so that it will be shown to other people, and subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed to this channel. Now the question, what is the quantity of blocks to be produced with a bag of cement, is only relevant if you are producing your own blocks on your site before the construction of your house. Because if you are buying from a block industry, then you do not have any control over the quantity of blocks they produce with a bag of cement, or even the method they use in the production of the block, except if you are buying from a trusted block industry that follows the standard ratio or mixture for block production here in Nigeria. Now, the truth is, not a lot of block industries in Nigeria follow the standard mixture or ratio for sandcrete block production, and that is why it is good for you to produce your own blocks on your site, so that you'll be able to control the quality of the blocks and also the process of the block production. Before we go straight to the number of blocks that you should produce with a bag of cement, let us first look at some of the factors that will contribute to the number of blocks that you should produce with a bag of cement. The main factor that will determine the number of blocks you should mold with a bag of cement is the function of the blocks. Now, blocks are mainly produced to either serve as load-bearing blocks or non-load-bearing blocks. If the blocks are to serve as load-bearing blocks, then you will need to use a mixture that will make it possible for the blocks to withstand loads that will be imposed on them. Now, if the blocks are mainly serving as partition walls and they are not going to bear loads, then you may increase the quantity of sand that will be used in their production. That way, you may not spend so much money while producing them, since they are only serving as partition walls and they are not going to bear loads. Another factor that will determine the number of blocks you should mold or produce with a bag of cement is how compacted the blocks are. That is the compaction of the blocks. If the blocks are well compacted during production, then the number of blocks produced with a bag of cement will be less than when they are not well compacted. And if the blocks are well compacted, the result will be quality blocks with good compressive strength. And this explains the reason why the ramming method of block production may not give you the exact number of blocks as vibrated machines will do, even if you apply the same mixture or the same mixture ratio of cement and sand. Another factor that will determine the number of blocks that you should mold with a bag of cement is the type of block that you're molding. For instance, hollow blocks are delicate blocks, and since they can easily break if they are not strong, then you will need to reduce the quantity of sand used in their production, or rather just use a mixture that will make them strong enough so that they will not easily break while using them to work on your site. Now let us look at the standard ratio or mixture for sandcrete block production in Nigeria as recommended by the Nigerian Industrial Standards (NIS) before I will give you my personal opinion on how you will produce the block used for your house construction in Nigeria. According to what is recommended by the Nigerian industrial standards, load-bearing blocks are to be produced with a mixture of 1:6, and that is 1 bag of cement to 3 wheelbarrows of sand or 12 headpans of sand, and that is supposed to give you 15 pieces of blocks. Now, for non-load bearing blocks, you're supposed to use the mixture of 1:8, and that is 1 bag of cement to 4 wheelbarrows of sand or 16 headpans of sand, and this mixture is expected to give you 20 pieces of blocks. The number of blocks produced from these mixture ratios as recommended by NIS are possible where vibrated machines are used in the production of sandscrete blocks. And since most homeowners producing blocks on their site use the manual method, and the compaction of manual block production is not comparable to that of machines, then it is evident that the number of blocks produced by the manual method will not be the same as that produced by machines, which means while producing blocks on your site with the normal hand ramming method, you may have more quantity of blocks being produced even while using the same mixture ratios with the ones produced with vibrated machines. Now, my opinion on the number of blocks that you should produce with a bag of cement, or my suggestion is, if you are producing load-bearing blocks, then use the standard ratio as recommended by NIS, but bear in mind that you will not get 15 pieces of blocks from that ratio, which means if you are getting anything that is not more than 25 pieces of blocks for load-bearing blocks, then it is okay for me. Now, if you are producing non-load-bearing blocks with the ratio of 1:8, then do not exceed 35 pieces of blocks with the mixture. And in doing this, you need to communicate with the people that will do the job, that is the laborers or the people that will mold the blocks on your site. Let them understand the importance of mixing the materials very well, and also put effort in the compaction of the blocks. That way you'll be sure that you are using quality blocks in the construction of your house. Now, to rephrase my opinion on the number of blocks that you should produce with a bag of cement, for load bearing blocks, do not exceed 25 pieces of blocks from your mixture. Now, for non-load bearing blocks, do not exceed 35 pieces of blocks with your mixture. And that means the 6 inches blocks, the 9 inches hollow blocks, and whether the solid blocks or the hollow blocks, do not exceed these numbers for the production of blocks on your site with a bag of cement. So I hope this video answers the question, how many pieces of blocks should be molded with a 50 kg bag of cement? I encourage you to watch the video I made on the sizes of blocks used for house construction in Nigeria, so that you will see the factors that will determine the size and the type of block you should use for your house construction. Keep your comments coming. I appreciate your comments, and if I have not responded to any of your questions, know that I am busy making videos that will address those questions, because I want to present you with quality videos that will address every of your concerns as far as building a house in Nigeria is concerned. Please like this video so that others will see it, and subscribe to my channel so that I will be encouraged to keep doing this. I'll see you in my next video.